Welcome back to another video. In this video, we will talk about the benefits of having a positive mindset with parenting. If that interests you, definitely stick around. All right, so this is going to be an interesting topic because I normally don't like to talk about parenting in the context of like my parenting style, or like how I've been parented and et cetera, et cetera. But this is a good opportunity to actually help everyone understand because I feel I have a pretty solid mechanism in place for my parenting style with my children. So let's get started. First, always though, let's understand what a mindset is, and then we'll talk about the positive, negative aspect of it, and then we'll touch on parenting, and then we'll tie it all together on what the whole topic is going to be about. So mindset again, what is it? In the context of alpha, we break it down to movement, metabolism, mindset. Mindset is one of those core pillars of the whole alpha protocol. And in mindset, we actually break it down into obviously the what are it called? Not neurosurgical, neurological, neuroscience. There we go. The neuroscientific aspect of mindset, which is the RAS and the DMN, but then we also want to talk about the habit stacks that need to be formed for you to actually have this really high quality engineered mindset that's going to help you achieve what you want to achieve. So rest and rise. And once you are having this habit stack over time, your mindset essentially gets sharpened like a tool or a weapon that you can essentially direct it at, and it will create the maximum amount of energy for you to actually make it happen. So positive mindset is obviously wherever you put your thoughts into, those thoughts will eventually lead to actions. Those actions will lead to your behaviors, and those behaviors will lead to those habits that you're going to be forming, and then those habits will become a part of your personality where people are going to relate that to you. And of course, as always, if you do this for a long enough period of time, we're talking about decades, 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, that becomes part of your lifestyle. And the lifestyle is where a big issue is. A big issue in all of the world because our lifestyle has become very sedentary. Our world has become safer, which is amazing, but our bodies are not giving up because we're not using our bodies anymore. We are creatures of comfort and creatures of habit, as always, of course. Understanding that whatever thought you have, right? So if you have a positive thought or positive actions that you're taking, you're gonna get those positive results. So in the case of a mindset, having a positive mindset with parenting is gonna be critical. And of course, let's establish what parenting is how do you raise your children, right? So you have offsprings that you have with your other significant other, you create this life form, and in this life form needs to figure out how is it going to navigate through life, right? Life is like a big ass journey. It's like you going on a cruise ship and you go from one destination to one like location to a destination, and that's that experience. And children experience the same thing. They come out of the womb, they come into this world, they don't know what the world is. The people that are around them are molding them into the version that they're eventually going to become in the future. And then as they become that person, then they have existential crises of, okay, are they who they are, or are they because of who the people conditioned them to be? You see what I'm saying? It gets very complicated, and that's when the midlife crisis happen, and eventually you find yourself, and then you become content, and then you go through your golden years, right? I just gave you the whole life cycle of a man in like a minute or two. Hopefully that made sense to you. But of course, I can get deeper into the subject matter, and if you're interested, definitely go in the comments below. Tell me what topics you're interested about aging in general, and we can talk about it. And some of you might be saying, okay, you're not old, you're like in your 20s or 30s. Thank you. But the thing is, when you are in the medical world, when you have experienced multiple people in your medical journey, you go from the birth of a child to the death of a man, right? So you go through the whole life cycle, you see all of this, every different subject that you're going to, specialties that you're training in, you see this. And so when you see this, you technically don't need to be going through it. You are experiencing it with them because you are treating them for their medical condition. And their medical condition always comes down into their psychology as well, which is where the mindset comes in. Now, in the case of parenting, these little humans that you're bringing into this world, how are you going to develop them to be the best version of themselves? That's the mindset that I have when I raise my children. I know the mindset that my parents had, and I understand the mindset that you might have with your children, or your parents might have had with you, and et cetera, et cetera. You just have to understand that each one of us are on our own journey. And people are going to come along the way to help us either be good or bad. And so your job for your children is just to be that guide for them to get to the point where they can make their own decisions and then go with their life. Now, of course, they can always come back to you and ask you for your guidance, which is obviously what we want as parents, but you have to accept the fact that they're not going to need you, right? You have to understand that you just establish the baseline for them so they can be better for themselves. And so when you have a positive mindset, I understand it gets super difficult. They're super annoying at many different given points because, again, they're just children. They don't know what they're doing, to be honest with you. They're just reacting to how people are reacting, and they see, is it a positive reaction or a negative reaction? And based on that, they just keep going. So if you're having situations where the kids are acting up, then understand the kids are acting up because they want to see your reaction. They want to see how you react to them. If you react to them in a negative way as well, then they're going to keep perpetuating, and eventually they're going to have that habit formed, right? What do we talk about? Your thoughts lead to your actions lead to your behaviors. Kids are master behavior analysts, right? They learn everything by seeing other people do it, or they learn by doing. And so the behaviors that you implant on them, they will use the exact same behaviors because they just reciprocate that. They don't understand. You as an adult, even though, you know, people will consider you as adults, many of you have different mindsets that are like 15, 16-year-olds or even younger, and etc. But you have to understand, these little humans that are watching you, they don't know anything. They don't know anything. You are helping them learn the world. And so it is your job to make sure you show the best version of yourself, or else they're just gonna pick up what you have, and then they're gonna take it out to the world, and they're gonna exhibit that to the other people that they experience it with. Do you see what I'm saying? It's a chain reaction that occurs. So I want you to be very critically aware of what that means for you. So having a positive mindset when you are parenting is going to be so critical, and making sure not only can you have kids that you enjoy, but you know, they become your friends. At the end of the day, that's what we want to do, right? I don't know about you, that's what I want. I want my kids to grow up to be amazing humans, and of course I want to be like, yo, what's up? And I'm not going to tell you my kids' names right now, but I'm sure you can find out if you wanted to. The point is, you want to have amazing people in your life, and if you're going to be developing them, you need that positive mindset, or else you're just going to be suffering both ways. Not only are you going to suffer because you're like, okay, what am I doing wrong? But your kids are going to suffer, and then the kids will eventually make you suffer even more. So it's a vicious suffering cycle if you look at it, which is what we don't want. So let's just quickly wrap this up. Your children, you are the parent of human beings that are in this world that will eventually have to navigate this world by themselves. So your responsibility is to have that proper mindset in place, understanding first who you are. I think you can't be raising children if you don't know who you are. If you don't know who you are, then you're just going to be projecting a lot of your insecurities onto your children as well. Which is why, in hindsight, of course, I wish I was more mature when I had children, but it's okay because I ended up going through a self-development journey all at the same time, and now I'm at a good point. But many of you might be going through similar, or if you can, first figure who you are, like what kind of parent would you be? Can you raise other children? Can you, give good advice to other people? And in general, to be honest, many people or many parents or many parents to be are not going to be ready. There's no training for this. Even if you got training for it, it will not be, because your human that comes out will be very similar to you as a person, you and the significant other, if you're a man, the other woman, if you're a woman, the other man, whoever those two individuals are. A lot of those traits will come into that child, and that child will exhibit that as they get older and older. All right, cool. I can go on depth about this, but if you are interested, definitely let me know in the comments telling me, hey, let's talk more about these types of videos, and then I can go ahead and prioritize the types of content that I would need to create. And some of you might be thinking, okay, how does parenting relate with alpha health in general? I mean, it's health. It's the health of you as the health of your child. How do you have that optimal health? First, obviously, you need to work on your mindset, and your mindset obviously applies to everything in your life. Cool. With that being said, guys, if you found any value in this video, definitely give it a like, letting me know you liked the video. If you disliked the video, go ahead and dislike the video and let me know why you disliked it in the comments below. At the same time, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. That definitely helps me out, letting me know that you actually like the stuff. And of course, go ahead and hit that notification bell. It'll let you know when the next video will pop off. And with that, I hope everyone is having a great day, and I will see you in the next one. Take care. Bye.